Hi guys, I'm Jessica Mandeville with MyFashionPlate.com, and we're here with Getty photographer Frazer Harrison, who's photographed some of the biggest names in Hollywood: Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, George Clooney. So you've had a tremendously accomplished career as a photographer for more than 22 years. What have you learned about capturing that perfect image that you didn't know when you started out?
Oh, I don't think there's such a thing as the perfect image, that's for sure. I mean, every image can be improved on one way or another, but I think it's somewhat patience, concentration, and a little bit of luck. I mean, definitely a little bit of luck. In some cases, a lot of luck. Being there at the right time, the right place, pointing the camera, pressing the button, getting the technical stuff right. I mean, there's so many different factors on taking a picture that sometimes it amazes me I actually get a picture at all. The other day, I lifted the camera to take a pic to start the show. The lights went down, went to press the button, and the camera's dead. I'm like, oh no, why? What's going on? You know, so you have these moments of panic, madness, you know, and you just have, as a professional, you just really have to concentrate, not panic, get into a zone and go, okay, I can deal with this problem. If I can't deal with it, you know what? I'll deal with it after.
Who would you say is your favorite person to photograph, and why?
Megan Fox is like, I think she's up there at the moment. She's just so hot, and you can't get enough of her. I mean, A-list movie stars, actresses wearing high fashion, we pretty much want those. Hollywood power couples, they're the ones that we really want to photograph. You know, we want these guys because who knows, they might split up and whatever, and these are images which people are going to look back on and go, you know, crazy images. The Pitts are always an interesting couple to photograph because they look so stunning together. I think if you take a bad picture of Brad Pitt and Angelina, you really shouldn't be doing the job. So I hope that answers that question for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we all really want to know how to take that perfect red carpet shot. Do you have any tips for us on how we can look best for our camera, whether it be a pose or choosing, you know, the hairstyles or makeup that will photograph best?
You have your teen years to practice your makeup and your hair. Okay, not so much for guys, but especially for girls. You know what looks good anyway. You know, stick to what looks good. If you're going to experiment, leave the experimentation up for Halloween. Posing is interesting because, you know, you can stand there straight on. Well, there's always a contradiction in what we do. We want the actresses and actors to stand there straight on because that's what the magazines want, to see the fashion. But is that the best picture? No, maybe not really. I mean, to turn the shoulder a little bit, to dip the chin, to make sure that the photographer's doing their job properly as well. That's you know, you can do everything posture-wise and posing-wise, right? But if the person taking the picture doesn't know how to take a picture, that's it, it's all over.
No 2 days, you know, in your industry are alike, but could you take us through, you know, a day in as a fashion photographer at Fashion Week?
Well, I can certainly tell you this week I've probably be shooting close on 50 odd shows. It's not as glamorous as it sounds. Seriously, if a show starts at 2 o'clock, I have to be there at 1:30. Put my box down, make sure nobody tries to steal my position. Then they let all the photographers in. There's like madness when everyone's positioning themselves. Can you move left? Can you move right? You're too high, you need to go down. Then there's the distractions where the other photographers are fighting, or I've seen fist fights. No fist fights this week. There has been a few raised angry voices here and there. And then what happens is there's just this moment where the lights go out and the models come out and there's pure silence and everybody just does their thing. We shoot the models, 20 minutes goes by, and everyone takes a big deep breath and go, okay, now on to the next one. Then what will happen then? Back to premieres and parties until next February, where it gets really crazy because we have the Oscars, the Golden Globes, the SAG Awards. I do the Sundance Film Festival, fly back to LA, do a couple of days in LA, then come to New York again for the February season. Fly back to LA, do more award shows, and then by summertime it gets it quietens down. So there's really not a lot of rest.
What would you say has been your most memorable moment behind the lens?
I've had lots of moments, but one of the funniest moments I think was I was sent to the Turks and Caicos Islands to shoot Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta touring an island for development. And at the end of the day, I'm walking down the beach just picking shells with Catherine Zeta, and we were just talking about what it was like to grow up in England and Wales, and that was really bizarre because I'm thousands of miles from home, but I'm walking along the beach with Catherine Zeta just hanging out. It is high-end life, but those jobs don't happen very often. Normally I'm stuck in the runway pit sweating like a dog.
Well, it's good to know that there's a payoff there at the end. So
it's a fun life, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's good fun.
Thank you so much for speaking with us.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
And you can check out more of Frazer Harrison's images at gettyimages.com/entertainment.